First movie I want to talk about is Do Not Disturb. Just recently came out on August 6th. Has Stephen Geoffreys, which you might recognize from Fright Night. You're so cool, Brewster. And Tiffany Shepis and also Corey Haim. Corey Haim's listed at the top of the list for whatever reasons, but he really just has a really small part. Stephen Geoffreys plays a character named Don Malick, who is a screenwriter who decides to go down to Skid Row to write his next novel or his next screenplay or whatever. And Tiffany Shepis is just kind of his like pushy agent that's trying to get him to.
Is he going to Skid Row to like research?
That's kind of what Tiffany Shepis thinks, but he's going down there on his own to do some dirty work. Because, his fiance was brutally murdered, and he's kind of got a vendetta against certain people, and he moves down here to do this kind of seedy work, and she just comes down there trying to press him for what he's working on, and basically the whole movie is just Stephen Geoffreys' character being this incredibly weird fellow that does fucked up shit to people that he thinks has harmed him, and it's all about the interaction between him and Tiffany Shepis and how she doesn't really think he's doing anything wrong. She kind of thinks it's all a ruse, but the whole movie is really just kind of character driven. Honestly, it's not. It could easily have turned into a torture porn film the way that kind of the story goes, but it's
all
yeah. But it's more. It's just more about him being super weird and just kind of squirrely and anxious, and you just don't really know. He kind of seems like a little bit of a loose cannon, and you mix that with some of the crazy people that lives in his apartment complex. And the movie really is it's really freaking great, honestly, for an incredibly low budget. It is interesting, and I don't know. I mean, if you're not into kind of like if you're going into it for gore, there's no gore there. There's not there is a few boobs here and there. It's just really interesting and really honestly great to see Stephen Geoffreys back out there doing something again. He plays a great weirdo. I mean, you really couldn't cast it any better. He makes you feel awkward when you watch him on screen. It's just an uncomfortable thing because his voice, you guys know his voice is weird anyway. Yeah. So it's just like a perfect casting. He's totally up there with, like, in my opinion, with Joe Spinell and Martin from The Human Centipede on just creepy characters. So, if Do Not Disturb if you see it somewhere, definitely just pick it up and give it a look.
Dinner's in the oven.
Yeah.
Does Tiffany Shepis still look really cute?
Absolutely.
That chick is so awesome.
And honestly, she's brushed up on her acting chops too. She's great in this movie. She plays the bitchy agent fucking to a T. She's awesome.
I gotta talk to that girl at some point. I gotta interview her because she is so fucking cool. I've talked to her a couple times on the phone when just trying to plan an interview together, and she seems so cool.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of disappeared for a little while. I know she's got a werewolf movie.
Wasn't she like dating Corey Haim or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
I read something about that. But do you think because I'm on a couple of horror Scream Queens lists, do you think Danielle Harris is getting Tiffany Shepis' roles?
Probably.
I don't know. Danielle Harris seems a little bit above, like a little bit of a level above.
Yeah, until I saw this with Tiffany Shepis, she's perfectly capable of being up to another level, in my opinion. Because in this movie, she really does play she plays a character that she hasn't really played before. So
I definitely agree. I agree. I think Danielle gets higher, like almost A-level movies sometimes.
But it's kind of been handed to her because of her Halloween fame.
Yeah.
So
Tiffany Shepis. So that's her latest movie, huh?
Yep.
And Stephen Geoffreys has graduated from horror actor to power bottom back to horror actor.
Right.
Tiffany is so cute. I'm looking at pictures on IMDb. She is so cute.
Yeah, and there are some terrible reviews for this film, but I think most of them are unwarranted completely.
How long ago was this movie made?
It just came out last Tuesday.
It's It's been a
I
long
got a
time.
screener. Yeah, it was made years ago. But
Yeah,
because
because I thought I had there was a small article in a Horror Hound when it had like just a one page Stephen Geoffreys Return to Horror.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking, man, that was a few years ago that I remember reading that.
Yep, things go into distribution hell trying to get released, but I say seek it out, man. You find it at Redbox or whatever, check it out. It's a good little flick. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it is a good watch.
It's not.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. No.
I'm on IMDb looking at Tiffany pictures and I'm going, Yep.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, why don't you could I know you could Google Stephen Geoffreys, or you could just go to meetspin.com and see if he's there.
I'm gonna pass on that suggestion, Aaron.
Now, when somebody like this Geoffreys guy, is it really a big deal? Return to horror? Is that like because he made Fright Night? Was he in a lot of horror movies at one point besides Fright Night?
976 Evil.
That was about it. It's just such an iconic role in horror.
Huh.
I mean,
I'm calling bullshit on that.
You should.
All right, what else? What else, Xander? What else?